Hello everyone, Tango Do Flamingo here today, bringing you, once again, Whack Fu, or Walk Fu, Whack Fu, whatever you want to call it, all about personal preference. But, man, it feels great to be back, guys. It's been a long, long time since I have returned to the screen. And yes, I looked at the comments from I looked at all of them. I'm sorry I haven't gotten a chance to respond, but I looked at all of them, and yes, I understand that my voice and the tablet don't correlate well. I'm actually getting a new intro worked on, so that's good. But no, I have not changed the format of using this tablet at all. I will in the future, but not now. So, let's get on to what the video topic is about. So, the video topic is about the season 4 trailer. Yes, I know I am far, far behind. Unnecessarily far behind. But I watched it. And oh my god. That was a lot. I want to thank you, Ankama. I say Ankama, I'm sorry. I do that. I apologize. But no, yeah. This trailer was the bomb.com. So happy that it didn't end on season 3. My season 4 hype is still there, so I want to talk about everything that I saw in the trailer, my thoughts on the trailer, and my theories of what's going to happen in the series. So let's get this off out the gate, which is we know that last time we left off in season 3, after the giant bomb went off, killing Oropo and Lady Echo. R.I.P. to the real goat out there, Lady Echo. We know that they are currently in the realm of gods. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in the comment section can correct me if I'm wrong on that. They're there, and per usual, I don't think there's gonna be a time skip like there was in season 3. That like there was in season 3. I don't think there's gonna be a time skip there. I think that we're literally just gonna start off with them being there. Now, from what I've watched on YouTube and from what I have seen involving the trailer, people are saying like how the gods might not be there, and how they're vacant. I think they're just vacant there because they were just ported in there, so there might not be no one immediately on service. I think they're going to meet the gods there. I think the demigods are going to meet their parents. I really think, and I know I'm stretching real far here, big stretch. I think that Yugo and Adamai are going to meet their parents. I know that. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. This is like this is me going off of what I think I've heard and read. Is that their parents, like, I believe Yugo's mother is like the manifestation of all Wakfu, and their dad is like the amalgamation of the universe. I could be wrong. I could be taking a stretch there, but I thought something like that was mentioned. But I could be wrong. I think they're going to meet their parents. And I think the gods are going to be a big manifestation on them getting out of there. But what I think is going to happen is like a large amount of time is going to go by from them getting out of there to getting back to the world of 12. Let me think. Oh no, my PlayStation went off. I'm so sorry. That's very unprofessional. I think that. Oh no, I'm losing my train of thought. I want to let you know, guys. I want to let you all know none of this is scripted. None of this is all scripted. This is all 100% coming out the mind immediately. So, one of the big things that I think is going to happen is the gods are going to be big influence on them getting out. But going on to next in the trailer, what we see is the world of 12 looks decimated. Completely decimated outside of like just the Sedita kingdom. It looks like there's a big drought that's gone by, and there's no trees, no grasslands, nothing, just like cracked rock and desert. And I think that goes with the passage of time that has gone on. So I think that like everyone is coming back to the world of 12, but like years later. Like, I think Amalia's dad is probably dead. I fully believe that. I believe her dad has passed on, and this is going to devastate Amalia. Amalia is not going to like it, like, at all. Amalia's not going to like that at all. And she's going to take over. Or unless her brother's there, but her brother's probably going to be really, really old. Like, there are a lot of things are going to have to be caught up on. I think that is the same thing for Chibi. I think Chibi and Grugel, they're going to be not adults, but I feel like they're going to be around where Yugo and Adamai were in the beginning of season 1. They're not going to be like grown. Yeah, but we've noticed that while we're in there, that some type of like we see that Yugo has like his people back, or at least we see in the trailer this big throne room inside of, I guess, the Sedita Kingdom that are like for the other Eliotropes there. It's rather, I think those are the clones of Yugo. Well, no, I don't think it's the clones, because Oropo clearly stated in there that like the majority of the clones, except himself, died. I think all those are the children from the other world that are there. Now I know big thing is like, oh, how did he get them back? I haven't caught up with the manga that is with Wakfu, and yes, everyone, there's a manga for Wakfu. Please go check that out. I personally do not have like the last 2 volumes for that, and I really, really want it. But I think that that those are the children from there that we saw in season 2. That hope Yugo beat up Kilby. I hate that I am messing up these names. I never messed them up before. Gilby. There you go. That they help fight off Gilby. I think they're all still there. I don't know. No. Because I can't say that Chibi and Grugel are there, because I don't think they're because we didn't see them with their egg, did we? I don't think we did. I'd have to rewatch season 3 and then come back on that. I don't think we seen them there. I think they are not alive, because Adama has all of the dofus. Speaking on the dofus, that plot device that is back again, let me not go there. That's gonna be later on. So I think I think that those kids that we see in the trailer with an adult Yugo, might I add you, are all the people from the other world. That the Sedita Kingdom is like maybe like a refuge for the Eliotropes, since with them arriving from that other world. Oh no, something just came to my mind. Something just came to my mind, guys. I think the reason why he is getting his Eliotrope people is because that little pocket dimension, that extra other world, is under siege, and I'm gonna get to that later. Later on my theories. Gonna get that later. So going on to the next thing. Yeah, I do think that is a safe haven for Eliotropes there. I think Adamai and Amalia, or just Amalia, are just ruling. No, I think Amalia is the current ruler of the Sedita Kingdom. If not, it's her brother who's much older ruling it, and just letting them stay and making the arrangement with Yugo, saying yes after all what you did to the Sedita Kingdom. Or Amalia convincing him after all because her brother's mean. Doing everything for the Sedita Kingdom would allow them refuge there. I really think, and I'm going back to that whole desert wasteland side of the city, I think everything else in the Sedita Kingdom is like gone. All the other kingdoms we saw with like the Kra, the Pandawas, like all that gone. I think maybe from like natural disaster, I could imagine, or like something big is causing this whole drought and everything, or that drought could be caused like from like down the line disasters. And because we see in the trailer, it looks like all the Eliotrope are coming to like maybe give reports, so they might be messengers on things that are going on that's happening. Next, we see this giant red like box thing that, you know, diamond, it's like really red, bright, menacing, unnecessarily menacing. And I think it's the same place where it's located is like the same place Dali and Yugo had fought Ogrest way back in the like OVA movies. And moving my phone back over here because that vibration I don't know is going to be picked up on the video, but we will see later. Um, but I think that's the location where I think where it is, and we see Dali like the big manly macho yop, the big manly op that we see walk up there, the god op with one arm. Is going up there. I think what he's going to go do is he's going to fight on that. Now my thoughts on what that is. I think those are the mechanisms, the mechanic robot people from season 2 that like fought and decimated, cut a swath. I'm sorry, Comics Explains. If you're ever watching this video, if you don't know what tell, I'm stealing your line. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love your stuff, but cut a swath through the Eliotropes. Because we're not going to deny, like Gilby was lying about some like the end of him being a good guy, but they murdered, stomped the Eliotropes to darn near extinction. And I think that is a portal to wherever the mechanisms are. Like they're invading the world of 12. I think now because they know that the Eliotropes are there, that they're located there, the people that stole, what was his name? He's like the leader of the mechanisms. Someone tell me in the comments, please tell me the name so that I can know and then make a short cut off section of the next video with this happening. But I think that's a portal for them to invade the world of 12, and I think that's like what they've been doing. That's my theory. So that's what I think that is. And we see Dali walk up there, like how he did with when he was going to fight Ogrest, how he went to go up there by himself. We've known him for doing that, so that's not like something he's like just stumbled across. I think he's going up there because I think it's a danger to his family and to everything he stands for, and so he's going to walk up there, big brassed and ready to throw down with whoever or whatever walks through that portal, or what's been walking through that portal. Next, we cut to, and I could be, I just watched the trailer, and so my brain, I had to rewatch it and then rewatch it again, and so my brain's kind of like getting everything together, getting all the feng shui back into my system. Yeah, but next we go into like, I think when shit hits the fan, like hard. Because we go to immediately like the Sedita Kingdom on fire, and Amalia is like sitting there devastated. And you know, I could be wrong. This could all I'll get to that later, but like these could all be like events yet not events, but we see this and she's like devastated on like the forest and everything burning. And what I'm really shocked by, if that's the case, if the like great spirit, like, because we know that if like the Sedita Kingdom holds like the tree of life, pretty much that dies, like Amalia and all her people like are gone. So because we saw in season 1 when Nox had like ripped the Wakfu out of it, and it like had turned all the Sedita people into like trees or like tree like statues. So I don't get the correlation with that, because I think if the whole Sedita Kingdom was like being destroyed, that would be Amalia being destroyed too, because her people are tied to that. What I think might happen though is, if that's the case, I think the tree spirit is going to leave the tree and maybe go to Amalia, giving her people like a second wind, pretty much. We see that. We also see like this cool frame, and I'm gonna, so a lot of this is probably going to be me putting up snapshots of this. So like, as we like see over here, like, and wherever this, right here where my hand is where we see the coolest dynamic duo in history, Flopin and Elili being badass. I told you guys in my in the video with season 3 how I wanted this to be like their arc. This is going to be like this right here. This is what I want to see. I want to see more of that. And they're aged up, very aged up, and I can tell that like this might be like specific training, so I might not even go with just Yugo. Just aging. I think whatever he went through to age like this is what the kids went through. And so they're like aged up. The only people aren't aged up is like is Ava and the baby Yop, whose name I can't remember. I think it was Tristaganon. No, that was the name he wanted to give him. Right? Yeah, that was the name they wanted to give the baby. Tristaganon. I think that was the name. I think that was the name they wanted to give him. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm sometimes looking at myself, so I'm sorry that I'll switch the point of view, by the way. But I think that's like a big thing, and I'm gonna have that somewhere over here. Yeah, we see that awesomeness, which was those two. I then see like the baby, like it's still a baby, so those two aren't aged up, I don't think, because the baby doesn't like get aged today. And it like uses, its almighty godly power that we saw it use, last season, in the womb. It was like, oh, I caught your stuff trying to stab my mom. Nah, but we see it use that to form. And only thing that all Yops will ever think about and form, if they were given the same power, a giant weapon. And that baby formed a giant hammer. I don't know how that baby understands that that's a hammer, because I don't think it sees one, but Yops are born at birth to fight people. We saw the baby fresh out the womb headbutt the shapeshifter dude, who, if someone can give me his name, I'm having a lot of names that need to be dropped into the lower sections. We see it form a hammer, and I can imagine it's protecting its mom. Like, Floppin and Ellie are doing their own thing, but like protecting mom is clearly like the big thing. I know mom's supposed to protect the baby, but clearly this is a role reversal that I wasn't ready for. She wasn't ready for. The baby was ready for. But yeah. So that stuff, like, that's going down. Like, the stuff with having the Steed of Kingdom, Floppin, and the baby forming the hammer are all going down at the same time. All going down at the same time. Now, when I first saw this, I thought they were like invading that demon room, but I think that room got destroyed. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that, like, when they in the OVA, when Yugo opened the portal to stop that giant crater from falling in on the planet, I think it was like, because they made a big deal about that wiping out the planet. And so they switched it somewhere else, killing everybody else there. Which is kind of ironic, really. We don't really know the scope of that. So that's going to happen. What we cut to next, and I'm trying. We cut to the same big thing. We cut to Ruel and a lot of the demigods, which is like Ruel's wife and the cat lady, the cat girl demigod. I'm still shocked that she just turned things into tofu. Can't she do that to machines? But we see all the demigods are, I guess, being transported by the that girl that we had seen in the last season, who, it's not Toxin, but that one girl with like the black tattoo markings. Look, she's teleporting them somewhere. She could be teleporting them back to the Room of Gods to be safe, to bring them somewhere safe. Like, that's just a big evacuation thing, but we see the one dude, the underwear fetish man, put on like this field that he would use during season 3. So we're seeing them again, and it looks like they're transported. I think they're taking them back to the world of gods where all this is going down at the moment. Because that's what it looks like she's doing. She's putting her hands up. We see the goop start to form up, and it looks like it's going to take them somewhere. I think that's a big to do, but I'm going to say that for later, the last bit of the video. After that, we see like I guess the aftermath because we see a lot of. Oh no! We see Adamai like there's these cuts, or I don't know when this happens, but we see Adamai like in the white dimension, the pocket dimension that they sealed Gilby in. He falls in that with all the dofus, so the dofus are back. Dofus were not destroyed when the bomb went off. So my theory on that is I called that I think I said that in the last video, right? That the dofus would be back because I don't believe they're getting rid of them because that kind of annexes the alien trolls being able to come back. I would have thought that was cool if they did, but then we like don't get to see everybody. I think this is the season where we're going to see everybody. I think this is the season where we're going to see all the. I gotta save it to later. I gotta stop. So big thing is we see him in the white dimension. We also see Gilby. We do see Gilby in his like Elia cube form. And I'm sorry, that was my TV again. Being rude. Stop being rude. So we see that he's in that form. So I don't know if the Elia cube's been destroyed. I think it hasn't because the mechanisms, the robot people, that's like the dude's heart. So I don't think that's gone. Because correct me if I'm wrong, the Elia cube is the heart of I almost said Ogrest, and it's not Ogrest, of the king of the like mechanims, the robot people. I think that's his heart, and I think that's what the whole plot of them like murdering the Eliotropes is that they're trying to get that back from them. So it's in the white. We see him in that form, and we last time we saw Gilby, he wasn't in that form. He was in his regular form because he was like, "No, don't leave me alone. I'm going to be here and go insane again." Yeah, but things are coming full circle in this season. I can tell. Adamai's in there, so I don't know if he's banished in there. Like Yugo just said, like how I said last season 3. I don't know if I said I liked it or I didn't like it. If I had my mind has changed, because I don't like how that stuff got like pretty much wrapped up. Let me not say wrapped up, because we don't know the aftermath what's gonna happen when they get to Ogrim. Yugo could banish him in there with Gilby. With the Dofus, I think. With the Dofus. Because he's still. It's rather that or during the initial explosion. No, because they're all seen in that one place. So they're not. So I can't say that. So yeah, it's whether Adamai got like banished into that realm by Yugo. Or somehow. He goes in there. We see him when we see him with all the Dofus and everything. So I'm not sure how that's going on. It's whether he gets banished there by Yugo. I think by adult Yugo, maybe. Oh, no. I think I realize it now. And... Oh, yeah, no. I'll have to explain that later. So, we see that. We then cut to, like, I guess the aftermath of all the stuff that happened before with the City Kingdom being on fire thing with just, like, Yugo there. We see a bunch of dead Eliotropes at his feet. I have two things for this because we do see an adult Yugo at the throne, same throne that we seen earlier. I think this is my theory on this, and I know I'm not supposed to do the theories till earlier on, but I think that this is a flat like the part that we see in the trailer with that big thing being there, a bunch of dead Eliotropes in the throne there. I think that could be a flashback for when he was older because because remember guys what we saw in the big thing with Gilby flashback when he was explaining it to Yugo that Yugo fought Gilby, got all of his people out of there, and then fought the machines by himself, well not by himself, with Adamai, and lost and died. What we see now is like kind of the same thing, except from like I might be a different perspective, or if it is just all the children Eliotropes are dead, or majority of them outside of the few that might have like escaped off of the world of 12, they might already be going to the God Dimension. Stop being rude, computer. And gone to the God Dimension. I keep calling it the God Dimension. It's called the Inilgrim, the Okram. I almost said the Fulcrum, but that's like a comics thing. But But yeah, that happened. We see him do this cool thing. Don't get me wrong, all the villagers are there, but he like the you can't say how glad I am to see uh, my boy grown up. I know Akuma said let's help watch Hugo grow up, but this dude is grown. Like we know how when season 3 started, not started, like second episode, third episode, because see episode 1, Panda talks and fought. Episode 2, the aftermath of Adam, I absolutely wrecking Dally, and season 3 had to go there. So after when we saw the time dilation, we saw like Hugo grown up. Oh my god, I only had 5 minutes left. We saw him like grown up, and we see him grown. I think like if this is a full grown you, I'm so happy, and it looks like he has like mastery over his powers now, like 100%. Like we saw him like reaching to the portal, pull out this his normal blue sword, but we see like this cool purple sword and everything. That's cool. That is honest to God the coolest scene I've seen with Yugo since like the Oropo and Yugo fight. I'm not even finna lie. That was cool. This is like coming up as the second coolest. What we see him do, then we see him charge at this portal. The same portal that we saw Dalian earlier in the trailer do. And we see that, and then the trailer ends on that whole fight. So I'm hyped for this, dude. I'm hyped. I know season 4 isn't happening for like a while. It's like what they did for season 3, how we got the trailer. And, well, no, I think it was the trailer immediately, but it was only 13 episodes. This one's going to be 15. So I think that, like, things are going down this season. Things are getting wrapped up because this is the final season. So they're wrapping up any loose ends. And I think they might continue it maybe. I think through like another manga format. But season 4 is doing a lot, honestly. So let me get to my theories real fast. So my big theory, one of my big theories on this season is the stuff we're seeing involving like this Adida Kingdom burning, the thing with of Elili and Fropen, and the thing with Adamai going to the white dimension and Yugo 8, and what we see with Yugo fighting the mechanisms. I think those are flash forwards, like visions of the future yet to come that the gods are warning them of. That like this is all going to happen when you need to prepare for when they arrive. And like maybe the first 2-3 episodes are them preparing for the arrival. Like Yugo getting the kids from the other world and telling them to like go around the planet and send this message to all the kingdoms of like the world of 12. Send word to all their allies, and we'll get this big scene with everybody being there, like Chris Lacrasse, the people from the Craw Kingdom, the Kung Fu Panda, like what you see in the Dofu's game. Like that. We see like Ogress there, and like all the primordial dragons there, like all ready to throw down. Oh, sorry, didn't that cut off? All ready to throw down with the Mechanist, and that's gonna be a cool show, like an absolutely monstrous show. My other big theory is, if it's not the first one, what I think this really is this is like the end of the world of 12, probably. Like there's gonna be like some Avengers in-game type of stuff where like they're evacuating the planet. Cause if all this is time skipped and everything, I think they got training in the White Room. I think they're gonna have Gilby as an ally then. Because Gilby's gonna be like, why am I gonna help you? Lock me in. He's like, because the mechanists are back. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna go back, like I said earlier, everybody's gonna be dead, or like a select few, and just gonna be this Adida Kingdom by themselves. And like Yugo's grabbing any survivors or any like remnants, records of around the planet, like how everything's going on. And I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna evacuate. They're going to evacuate, and Yugo, Adamai. No. Sorry. That's not it, because that doesn't make any sense. It's probably going to be the gods are. I think the gods are there. They're going to tell them that they're gonna send them back to the world of 12 and everything. And like when they get there, boom, the portal's there, right? That big portal. And then Adamai's like freaking out because he's like, this is what Google told me that had happened. Remember what Gilby said about like all these Mechanis stuff, right? They're here. And like the portal's not opening or anything, right? And it's just what it is, it's doing what Nox did. It's like draining Wakfu from the planet to charge itself. Or like McKenna's just gonna be pouring out, just grabbing Wakfu left and right. And what's gonna happen is Adamai, Dali, yeah, I'm saying Adamai, Dali, Yugo, Ellie, Fropen, they're all gonna go. Like I think in the white dimension, they're gonna say we're gonna need Gilby's help, and when they go talk to Gilby, and Gilby says, well, where you all are right now, you're not gonna be able to fight them. You two, like, it's going to point to Adam and you saying, you two most definitely aren't going to help them where you are now. Because when we were fully grown at our peak, we struggled. We were hurting for this, fighting them. But, like, one thing we didn't have, what they didn't have, that they didn't have a god and they didn't have demigods with them to help them in this fight. And so, what's going to happen, I think, with the Dofus coming into play, or Yugo's gonna grab Adamai and like Dofu's fall. So we're going to need training. But the first thing we need to do is then we need to open and break open these eggs to get our siblings up and on the run. And since Gilby remembers everything about everybody, he can get everybody up to speed. And so the time gap that gets everyone older, everyone prepared, happens in this setting with Gilby, but not too long afterwards. So hence why Ava and Evangeline, I said Eva, I can't believe I did that. I'm sorry, comment section, rip me apart. I'm sorry. That Ava and Amalia, they're not in that training session. Amalia's attending to things with her kingdom or trying to convince her brother and everything. Or just like having the issues that I wanted to be resolved in season 3. But that's the reason why they're not there. But the time skip does, like, this training that happens in there. Probably going to be off-screen training, if I'm being honest. If they only have 15 episodes, I don't think they're going to dedicate less, like episodes to that. I think what's going to happen is they come back, like, Yugo grown. Adamai grown. I can imagine that the other siblings are still going to be in there for still training. And they're going to be like the people that we won't see till like episode 13, 12, or 14. 13 or 12. Because 14 and 15 is going to be like the wrap up. I think that... and then things going to start going down. They're going to prepare. Adamai's going to be, like I said, telling people where to go. Froppen and Ellie are going to be probably like scouting with their dad. Like Dally's going to go down there, and when things start to hit the fan, Dally's going to go down there and say, so since this is like as big of a deal as you all have told us after you got out of there, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to fight them. They're going to be against him doing it, but he's going to go down there. He's going to fight. He's going to die. I think we're going to get the permanent death of Tristapin Saligrove. I think this is going to be like... I think he's gonna die here. Because it doesn't make sense. And you can... Technically... So it doesn't make sense for him to live through this because, like, his god power... I don't know if he'll still reincarnate if he dies. But, like, his, like, godly essence that was, like, yoded out of him is kind of flipping between Tristagannon and Ellie. They're kind of like this right now. So I'm not sure. I just know that when stuff goes down, it's going to happen immediately after, I think, Dally fights them. And then that's when stuff's going to go. Like, Megas are going to be on their, like, rampage and burning and killing and heading to the Sedita Kingdom. Like how when Nox showed up. And it's going to be a throwdown brawl. But no one's going to be able to win. The plan would probably be... And this is going to be terrible if it is. They're going to be using this... Sadid are going to be fighting and losing. And Yugo is going to say, we have to go. Me and my Eliotropes will hold them off. Like what he did when he was adult last time. We will do what we can to fend them off, but we have to get you all to go. And he's probably even going to tell some of the, like, Eliotrope kids that are there. The Eliotrope kids that are there, you all have to go. I think my thing is dying, so that you all have to go. And so they're gonna go and go get them and go take whoever they can. And I think the reason why the demigods are doing the same thing and going. Well, Yugo is there fighting off the Mechanist again, but I don't think he's gonna die this time. I think what's gonna happen is, as always, I can't remember his name, and I'm gonna feel bad about it. Vox, and I know who Vox is going to grab him and take him somewhere else. Somewhere out of danger, because Yugo's the centerpiece here. And then they're going to be in the Dimension of Gods, and then and that's how it's going to go. And then that's how the series is going to go. Meg's going to they're going to fight, and it's going to come to some solution. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing because I don't want to see. But I think that's how it's going to go now. I'm overall hyped for it. I know this has been mainly just me on a random tangent, but like I'm really happy that the season is back, and I'm really happy to be back in YouTube speaking to all of you again. I know some of my pirates left, and I understand I've been gone for like over a year, but I'm happy to say that I'm back, and we're gonna do this again. By the way, guys, so big closer, if I can remember my closer. Well, if you guys like this video, please sure to leave a like and to subscribe. And if you like and subscribe, and if you haven't seen Wakfu, or you know a friend who hasn't seen Wakfu and who likes Wakfu, tell them to go watch it, then come to my channel. Tell them to go watch it and then look at my review for it. Watch it. Tell your friend, your best friend, your neighbor, anyone you can. Add more to this Tango pirate crew, everyone. But this is your pirate. This is your captain signing off. Hope you all stay safe. Have a great day out there, my Tango Pirates. Stay safe out there. And to my world of 12 dwellers who are accompanying me and my pirates, or who are pirates on this ship, hope you have a great day. This is your captain signing off, Chiefs.